Ladies and gentlemen, here I am giving you a live Raw reaction as it's happening right now, live in Scotland, UK time. It is what it is. John Cena's making his way out. Loving the attire. He's got a custom Scotland one, but it brings back the 2012's vibes with that outfit, the one he was feuding Dolph Ziggler with. Beautiful outfit. Wow, I mean, what a segment. John Cena came out. That man is fantastic. The way he cuts a promo, the way he controls the crowd. You can tell he's planned out what he's going to say. He was controlling the crowd in a way where he was reeling off how, over the years, the way John Cena's been acting has affected how the crowd react to him. And then, as he was listening these things off, the crowd is going, "What? What? They're doing the what chants?" And Cena goes, "Just like when I'm listing things off, you say what?" And he's exposing the crowd. And last week, after watching Raw, we couldn't help but think John Cena was right. And now he's just proving it. Now he's just putting it in our face and making the crowd look stupid. And I love it because it's such a good heel. John Cena should have been heel so long ago because that man can talk on a mic. Some people might think it's cringe and some people might think he overdoes it. But honestly, that's what some heels need. That's what some heels need. They need to be over the top like that. Because if anyone could be cringe, it's the bad guy that no one wants to win. You've got to love it. And then he ended his promo saying, "You all made fun of when I first won that title and I brought in the spinner belt. And you all mocked me for making the championship that you all love and respect a toy. Well, now you're going to have to make a new toy belt when I win this belt and walk out the company with it and keep it forever because I've erased Ric Flair from history because I am now the most world championship holder." I don't know. And he will run away with the belt and he will be the last ever legit champion because he's going to retire with the belt. And that's what he's saying. They're saying to have a new belt, you'd have to make your own toy belt. And then you'd be hypocrites. And then Cody Rhodes comes out, gives it, "You're not running away with this belt. If you want to fight, let's have a fight now." Yada, yada, yada. Cody adds to the story because that's who he's feuding with. That's the man with the title. But Cody, the promo wasn't that good from Cody. I'll be honest. Cody just says the cliche, "If you've got a problem, let's settle it now" type stuff. But that's fine because Cody doesn't need to. Cody's got the belt. Cody's an active wrestler. Cody's automatically in the main event spot. John Cena is the man we need the story from. He is the heel as well. He sells it. And it's beautiful. What a beautiful promo. I can imagine John Cena might be at Raw in London last week, but I'm going to SmackDown in London. And it's such a shame that he's going to be where I was, and I'm not going to say it. I hope he's on SmackDown. I pray he's on SmackDown. Cody Rhodes at least has to be there. He's the champion of SmackDown. Put Cody Rhodes there, please. Please. Okay, so Jey Uso has just come out to face A-Town Down Under in a tag team match, bringing out his mystery opponent, and it was who we all were all hoping, his twin brother Jimmy. The Usos are reunited. You love to see it. I hope the match chemistry is still there. The only thing bumming me out is that they don't have matching attire. Come on, Jimmy, man. It wouldn't have killed you to dress like Jey for one day. Come on, man. We need that matching attire. We need that tag team chemistry. Jey has beat Grayson Waller. He beat Austin Theory in a couple of seconds. And that was because John Cena's promo was long. It was long again today. So, will the Usos disband of A-Town Down Under just like that? Who knows? We'll have to see. Banger incoming. So, ladies and gentlemen, the tag team match is finished. Tag team match is finished. The Usos just beat A-Town Down Under. Very good tag team match. Wasn't 5 seconds. It's great to see. Both teams showed their chemistry. Usos still have chemistry. A-Town Down Under have quite a lot of chemistry. Oh, as of right now, as I'm talking, Gunther just pushed Jimmy Uso off the top rope as they were celebrating, and now Gunther and Jey are fighting. But let's talk about the match. I mean, the ending, very clean. Jimmy Uso threw Grayson Waller over his head, like a powerbomb. Grayson Waller landed on his feet and Jey Uso caught him with a spear. It was mean. Timing was perfect. Beautiful. Oh, it looked like Jey just tripped on the way to hit Gunther with a spear, but it doesn't look like a botch because Gunther countered it. It maybe looks like it was on purpose. But anyway, and then they hit a 1D. But here's the thing. We now understand why Jey is the elevated star over Jimmy, not because he's better with the fans, but also he's better in the ring. Jay knows how to time things, he's more hard hitting, he's more quick. Jimmy Uso is botching a lot of moves, he's missing super kicks, he's not getting his hands in the right place, he's not getting his opponents in the right position. A lot of botches from Jimmy Uso, I'm not a big fan of it, I'll be honest. You know, Jason has great shape, Jimmy's not really in great shape. I'm critical of the bad in-ring work. I feel like it spoils it. But all in on Jay. I still don't think he should win at WrestleMania though. Now we've got a segment of the Judgment Day. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan in the back. Well, let's talk about that. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez scene. So she was just hyping up Raquel Rodriguez in the back, and then Dominic and Carlito walk in. Dominic talking about Finn being mad at him last week, you know, called him a snake, and then Dom accidentally cost Finn Balor at a Continental Championship match. And Liv was just kind of calming him down. He's like, you know how Finn is. You could just sense they're making it so obvious now that there's tension, and Finn's going to be the next one to be kicked out of Judgment Day. Edge made the Judgment Day, and he was the first one kicked out. The second members were Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. Damian Priest got turned on, and Rhea went with him. The next person was Finn. Finn's going to be the next one gone, and then maybe it's Dom. We'll just have to see how it goes. They're still talking about adding Penta to the Judgment Day. Obviously, that's not going to happen. That would be terrible. Penta's fine on his own. But Judgment Day will get someone new. I wonder who it will be. Anyway, I believe next is Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I'm picking Lyra because Raquel doesn't need to win. She's already got the Women's Tag Team Championships. But it wouldn't harm anyone if she won, but I feel like Lyra should just keep the belt. But Lyra should keep defending it more. On to the match. So we've just had a video package about legendary Luchador talking about an old Luchador story about the original Luchador called El Grande Americano. And then they said he went vanished for years. And now he's come back, and they're saying that El Grande Americano is the masked man that's been attacking the LWO, who we all think is Chad Gable. Now, obviously, it panned out to Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio told Adam Pearce, like, what is this bullshit? We know it's Chad Gable. Chad Gable then walks in, coughing into a tissue, hands a signal to Adam Pearce and says, I can't compete tonight, can't face against Dragon Lee. And Adam Pearce, like, he's not lying. And then he says, well, why doesn't Dragon Lee fight El Grande Americano? And then Rey Mysterio, as they walk out, says, you're a jackass. Basically, because they think whether it's El Grande Americano or it's Chad Gable, it's Chad Gable either way. And they're going to get their hands on him. I'm hoping it's not Chad Gable, and we'll have some surprising ending. But I have a fear it's going to end up being Chad Gable anyway. And then what would be the point in the story, but whatever. We're currently in the middle of Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyria, so I'll let you know how it goes. Alright, so that match wasn't bad. I mean, Raquel Rodriguez dominated Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria tried 3 times to get Raquel up for a finisher and failed every time. First time she was too heavy, second time she got out, third time she got out as well, but Liv Morgan was causing some distractions, and then eventually Lyra Valkyria dived through the ropes, drop kicking Liv to the floor, and then you'd think Raquel Rodriguez would win off the distraction. She went to hit her with a Tejada bomb. I don't even know what it's called. Lyra Valkyria countered it and rolled her up for the 3 count. Obviously, both of them tried beating up Lyra Valkyria, and then the GOAT, Bayley, came out, saved the day. Is what it is. I'm hoping there may be a Judgment Day Lyra Valkyria Intercontinental Championship dynamic. Is there a Lyra Valkyria Bayley versus Judgment Day dynamic for the Women's Tag Team Championships, or are we getting Bayley Lyra Valkyria for the Intercontinental Championship? I don't know. Am I overthinking it? I don't know. Is it just a filler match? Guess we'll find out. Pat McAfee is standing on the announce desk with a kilt. Wouldn't advise it, given that you probably don't wear anything under a kilt. So, yeah. So we've just had the New Day doing a little exclusive interview, and obviously insulting the crowd and all that stuff, and then they said that they want to go to WrestleMania to fight for the World Tag Team Championships. I support this, and I support the New Day winning them. We need a new, exciting team. A New Day are always a go-to for Tag Team Championship runs. Now, Adam Pearce has come to the ring with the contract in his hand that was signed last week by the Women's World Heavyweight Champion Io Sky, the Elimination Chamber winner Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley, who burst her way in and signed the contract and added herself into the equation. We're about to see what happens with that. Well, we just had an insane backstage segment where Jimmy Uso was talking to Jay about getting attacked by Gunther at the end of the match. They're saying Jay is not the same as he normally is, and if he stays that way, he's not going to beat Gunther, and he needs to be the version of Jey Uso that won the Royal Rumble, the version of Jey Uso that made himself main event Jey Uso in order to beat Gunther. And then he goes, hold on, walks around the corner. Gunther's right there around the corner, so he's right next to Jay and Jimmy as it was happening anyway. And then Adam Pearce is talking. And then he walks up to Gunther and says, "Me, you, next week." Obviously, he's going to show Jay what he needs to do, but also he wants revenge on Gunther for what he's doing to his brother. And then Gunther laughs at him and says, "If you're tripping like your brother," because referencing how he tripped towards the spear, he says, "it'll be easy for him." And Jimmy slapped Gunther so fucking hard, like literally connected, like so hard he slapped Gunther, and then walked away as well, so Gunther couldn't do anything. This match next week is going to be brutal. Can't wait. And Adam Pearce is now talking, so let's go. Okay, so everyone came out interrupting Adam Pearce 3 different times, and Adam Pearce said, "What we're going to do is, Rhea Ripley, you're going to get your rematch for the World Heavyweight Championship next week against Io Sky, and the winner will face Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, as Bianca Belair is the rightful #1 contender because she won the Elimination Chamber." Now, while Io versus Bianca would be a banger, Rhea versus... Hang on. Dom is talking to Penta.
Intercontinental champion tonight. Just think about it.
Oh. Dom's saying you could be Intercontinental champion tonight. Just think about it. We all know Penta's not thinking about it. Anyways, while Io versus Bianca would be a banger, while Rhea versus Bianca would be a banger, I don't think either of that is happening. I think Bianca Belair is getting involved in the match and costing someone, and it's going to end up being a triple threat match anyway. I think WWE are baiting us a bit more. That's what I'm hoping anyway. I wouldn't be mad either way, but I'd prefer the triple threat match, so let's get it. Now, after showing a video package of the War Raiders, the New Day have come to Adam Pearce's office, begging for an opportunity. Adam Pearce is stressed out, goes batshit crazy at them, says, "You've not earned an opportunity, you want that opportunity, go earn it. No, leave my office." And he said, "Don't let my door hit you, where the good Lord split you." Now, that's a clever line. Love it. I love it from Adam Pearce. He went batshit crazy. Then Bianca Belair walked in and said, "Who am I facing at WrestleMania?" And he says, "God knows, but you're going to have to split it down the middle because you're special guest referee." That just adds even more thingy to it. And I think, to be honest, she's going to mess it up. That just proves she's going to mess it up now. And we're definitely getting that triple threat at WrestleMania. And finally, after about 5 or 6 segments, we're finally getting the Dragon Lee El Grande Americano match. Let's find out if it actually is Chad Gable. And ladies and gentlemen, El Grande Americano and Dragon Lee have had their match now. I think it's obvious from the physique, the thank you taunts, and the ankle lock used in the match that El Grande Americano is in fact Chad Gable. And he won by pulling off Dragon Lee's mask. The most disrespectful thing you could do to a luchador. Chad Gable or El Grande Americano match versus Rey Mysterio, loading soon. Don't know if it'll be at WrestleMania, but it'll be soon. Didn't mind the match. And now I'm hoping it's the main event, Bron Breakker Penta, but I could be wrong. Okay, so CM Punk came out to do a promo talking about what happened on SmackDown, talking about how Roman and Seth aren't there, and announced that in London on SmackDown, where I will be in person, they're going to do a contract signing between the 3. So, love that. Then Chad Gable came out for 2 seconds and said, "Look, I'm sorry, I'm sick." And then the crowd booed him and he said, "Oh, you're going to be a sick man." Disgusting, whatever. And it was just a weird, just quick time for that Alpha Academy, American made thing. And now, Bron Breakker and Penta are squaring off in the main event for the Intercontinental Championship. Let's see who wins. Okay, that is it. Raw's finished. So the main event, Bron Breakker and Penta were getting close to the end of the match. Judgment Day decided to start to get involved. Bron Breakker threw Carlito in the ring, hit him with a spear I don't like Bron Breakker's new wave of spear. I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but he jumps up now and proper over dramatizes the spear. I like the old way he does the spear, because the old way he did the spear was good enough. It was the best spear in the business. He would still send them down. I don't know why he's dramatically jumping. I think it ruins it personally. The spear that made Speed concussed is the spear we like, and that's probably why he's stopped doing it, probably because it injured Speed. But that's why we like it, because it's brutal. But anyway, hit Carlito with that, and then Dominic Mysterio chops at the knee right in front of the referee. Referee ends it in disqualification. Dom tries beating up Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker then gets back to his feet and starts fighting back. When Finn Balor comes out nowhere with a chair shot to the back of Bron Breakker, he's there to support Judgment Day, and he's there to support Dominic as he beats down Bron Breakker with the chair. He looks like he wants to hit Dom with the chair after all their disagreeing, planting the seeds again as WWE. But then he hands the chair to Dominic and tells him to unleash on Bron Breakker, and he does. And then Penta's getting up, and Dom gives the chair to Penta and says, "You want to be part of Judgment Day? Smash up Bron Breakker with the chair, hit him with the chair." And Finn's saying, "Dom, what are you doing? We're talking about this. We talked about it. Like, what are you doing? I don't want this to happen." And Dom is completely ignoring him, and he's telling Penta, hit him with the chair. And it's obvious Penta was not going to take the offer, especially not this early. Throws the chair, and Dominic's face hits him with a super kick. Finn Balor takes the chair and beats up both men. I can see the dynamic building. The fact of Finn Balor wants the Judgment Day to be a certain way, and he wants to be more, wants the Judgment Day to be more dominant. And Dom's got this idea of they need a new member because JD's out and injured. And Finn's like, "No, we don't. We just need to be more brutal." And Finn's proved a point tonight by the fact that Dominic and his alliances didn't work and got himself and Carlito beat up. Finn Balor took the chair and bashed in Penta and bashed in Bron Breakker and did it all himself. And he said that's how it's done. So he picks up Dominic Mysterio, looks at him in shame. As Judgment Day stand tall, we didn't have a definitive winner for Finn Bron Breakker. Or did we? Did that end in DQ or not? No, I think it wasn't proper ending though. And we didn't have a definitive winner for Penta Bron Breakker. So I'm thinking we're still getting a multi-man match at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. And either we have the feel-good Finn Balor win, or we'll have a feel-good Sheamus win. But one of them needs to win. Penta, I'd love him to be Intercontinental Champion, but that's for the future. There's more work to do with Penta. But that's how that went. Didn't mind it, honestly. I'm just looking forward to SmackDown in London. You'll get a live reaction from me from it in the arena. Maybe I'll do a breakdown on this channel. But I will have a live vlog of London and being at SmackDown on the Nichols YouTube channel. That's my main channel if you didn't know, where I post games, all sorts of shit, taste tests of drinks, food. I'm not a connoisseur, but I like trying shit, do you know what I mean? It's my life. You want to know about me, go over to that channel. I'm not as consistent over there, but I'm trying to be. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.